All right, and just before we finish up on sort of the look back on things, what about some of the scandals of the past 10 years? Danica De Giorgio has a look back at some things that people would rather forget, but we enjoyed watching.
They're the controversies that made national and international headlines and divided public opinion. Salacious scandals and breaking news stories involving celebrities, politicians, everyday people and sports stars. Their names etched into the history books, not always for the right reasons. Let's begin with these political highlights.
Barnaby made a shocking error of judgment.
Ah yes, the Barnaby Joyce sparked bonking ban, which forbid politicians from having sex with staffers.
The comments by the Prime Minister, I believe they were in many instances inept.
Opinion on the matter? Well, it varied.
Politics is so boring, they should have as much sex as they can possibly get.
No, I didn't know they had sex.
Remember the very expensive bottle of wine which forced the resignation of New South Wales Premier Barry O'Farrell in 2014? A $3,000 bottle of 1959 Penfolds Grange, to be exact.
I can't explain what happened to that bottle of wine.
When the Royal Commission into the banking sector began, nobody could have predicted the revelations to come, including banks charging fees to debt clients.
Banks and other financial institutions have put profits before people.
Time the kangaroo down, score. Time the kangaroo down.
Disgraced entertainer Rolf Harris was arrested in 2013 over historical child sex offences. He was subsequently convicted at trial and served 3 years in an English prison. Remember Belle Gibson, who falsely claimed to have effectively cured a variety of malignant cancers through natural remedies?
At the time, true or false?
True. No, Belle, it's probably false.
Well, it's been declared Australia's best wedding.
Who can forget the wedding that shut down Sydney streets? Auburn Deputy Mayor Salim Mahaja's lavish 2015 proceedings included 4 helicopters, a fighter jet flyover, sports cars worth about $50 million and a seaplane. What happened to the pair? Well, they divorced and he is bankrupt. Last year, a disgruntled employee sparked the strawberry contamination saga, with pundits across the country found with needles. A Lawyer X, a police informer with the perfect cover, was unmasked as respected defence barrister Nicola Gobbo, who acted for feared gangland and mafia figures.
The penalty will be the stripping of 3 minor premierships and 2 premierships.
Sport wasn't immune from its share of controversies. In 2010, the NRL stripped Melbourne Storm of 2 premierships, the toughest punishment for a salary cap breach in the sport's history. The same year, the AFL Grand Final ended in a draw.
It's going to be a draw. It's unbelievable. But it's happened.
Then the supplement saga rocked the AFL.
Take full responsibility for what happens within a football department.
The Essendon Football Club's widespread use of prohibited substances, including peptides, hormones and illicit drugs. It resulted in the suspension of 34 past and present players for doping violations in 2012. In March 2018, cricket in Australia fell apart when skipper Steve Smith, vice-captain David Warner and opening batsman Cameron Bancroft were involved in a plot to tamper with the ball using sandpaper during the Cape Town test.
I'm not proud of what's happened.
Moving overseas now, we begin with actor Bill Cosby.
Because I said so.
From America's Dad to jail, charged with drugging and molesting a woman. Substantial allegations of misconduct by film producer Harvey Weinstein first emerged in 2017, sparking the international Me Too movement.
There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
You had one job, Academy Awards.
The Department of Justice reveals that they will appoint a special counsel.
The special counsel was put in place to oversee the investigation looking into alleged Russian interference in the US presidential election.
Britain's Prince Andrew is once again attempting to distance himself from his one-time friend Jeffrey Epstein.
And we end with Prince Andrew publicly discussing his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, which forced the Queen to act. Within days, he announced that he was stepping back from his official duties. And that wraps up the scandals of the last 10 years.